and welcome to the Burr Broadcast, where we provide you with important legal updates on the latest labor and employment news. My name is Joe Barnello, and I am associate in Burr & Forman's Birmingham office. Today, we're going to briefly discuss the National Labor Relations Board's recent decision regarding employee handbooks and Stericycle. Before the Stericycle decision, the board operated under the categorical approach announced in its 2017 decision, Boeing. The Boeing categories gave employers clear standards which allowed them to assess their handbook in an accurate and predictable manner. For example, Category 1 included rules that the board considered were always lawful, such as no camera policies and civility codes. Category 2 included rules that required a case-by-case analysis, and Category 3 included rules that were always unlawful on their face, such as those prohibiting employees from discussing wages or benefits with each other. Then, earlier this year, the board reversed that categorical approach. In Stericycle, the board announced that all work rules require a case-by-case approach to be assessed under the following principle. An employer policy or rule is considered presumptively unlawful to maintain if an employee could reasonably interpret it to have a coercive meaning that in any way limits Section 7 rights to engage in concerted activity. Concerted activity includes such things as talking to coworkers about wages or working conditions, or raising concerns about shared working conditions with other employees. The new burden-shifting framework announced in Stericycle is 1. Whether from the perspective of a reasonable employee who is economically dependent on her employer, the challenge work rule has a reasonable tendency to chill employees from exercising their Section 7 rights. And 2, the presumption that the work rule is unlawful can be rebutted if the employer shows the rule advances a legitimate and substantial business interest, and the employer is unable to advance that interest with a more narrowly tailored rule. The board acknowledges the intent of these changes is to make a more employee-friendly rule. Based on this opinion and other potential implications that can stem from the unintentional chilling of Section 7 rights during a union election, it is imperative that employers ensure their handbook and other work rules are in compliance with the new Stericycle standard. That is, if a work rule could chill an employer's Section 7 rights, the employer must be able to articulate a legitimate business purpose for that rule, and that rule must be worded and enforced as to not exceed the bounds of that stated legitimate purpose. If you have any questions regarding these topics, please do not hesitate to reach out to Burr & Forman's Labor and Employment Group. Our team is always prepared to help you navigate these issues. Visit us today at www.burr.com.